And we are live.
The inside people in all these things go.
Yes.
Radio on my life, and I eat by two sides, next to the bottom, to the height. And we go with the
Yeah, Mike. Low, Mike.
Low mic. Chika, what going on today?
All right. So today, yesterday we had a very nice discussion on the vaccine. Yes, it was hot, right? And we decided to continue the discussion and bring some more information in terms of the mRNA vaccine, right? So it's a new technology.
Right.
It's not like the back in the days, over 30 years ago. No, I even say it shouldn't be even 30, over 50 years ago. Right? So 50 years ago. Yes, right. So the technology
inside
is really, really different. All right, so we're gonna show you all how we doing this?
All right, so you want to do? Let's go. You can press exactly. What we're gonna do? We'll go to the first clip. When we come back, we will discuss what's going on in the clip. So go to the first clip and then you can.
Yeah.
I saw winner. I feel like a winner. Oh Lord, God, please forgive this sinner. Girl, bend up your waist like an inverted comma. Oh mama, girl, go down.
Developing vaccines is usually a very lengthy process, taking on average 8 years to get approved. Since a few years, we have the ability to create mRNA vaccines, which can be developed much faster. So how do these vaccines work? Are they safe? And how do they compare to traditional ones? But first you must understand how the immune system works. When a virus enters your body, it will attach itself to one of your cells and inject its DNA or RNA into it. This is like a blueprint for your cells, containing instructions on what the cell has to make. So in this case, the virus's RNA will tell your cell to make more copies of the same virus. They become factories, assembling new copies of the virus that can infect even more cells. But don't worry, our bodies have a defense system for foreign intruders. The immune system attacks any protein, virus, or bacteria that does not belong in our bodies, but it takes a few days for it to learn how to attack the intruder. Meanwhile, the virus factories are running non-stop, quickly replicating the virus and spreading it in your body. In other words, you start experiencing symptoms of whatever has infected you. After a few days, however, your immune system will have figured out how to attack the virus and will start producing antibodies. These attach themselves to the virus, preventing them from infecting more cells and marking them for destruction. As you can see, the immune system is remarkable, but it's slow to mount an attack. That is the reason why we can get sick in the first place. So to give it a helping hand, we developed vaccines. The main idea is to train your immune system to recognize and fight off an infection before it has occurred. Almost like showing your immune system a mugshot of the virus and saying, if you see this, kill it. There are various types of vaccines, but let's take a look at the new kid on the block, mRNA vaccines. To understand how they work, let's take the COVID-19 pandemic as an example. You might have seen pictures of the virus with its distinctive spikes. These spikes allow the virus to attach to specific cells in your body and infect them. Now, here's the key idea for the COVID-19 vaccine. What if we could train our immune system to recognize these spikes by having our own bodies produce them? To do that, researchers took the virus's blueprint, its RNA, and isolated the part responsible for producing the spikes. Armed with this blueprint, they created mRNA, or messenger RNA. This is a special form of RNA that can enter your cells and give them instructions. In this case, the RNA contains instructions to build the spikes of the coronavirus. Not the virus itself, just the spikes. So, mRNA vaccines contain instructions for your cells that tell them to build a part of a virus in large volumes, almost like giving them a recipe to follow. Once this is happening, your immune system kicks into action and starts learning how to attack these intruders. Again, it takes some time for the immune system to fight off these spikes, but you won't get sick because it's only the spikes, not the virus itself. And that's it. Your immune system has learned how to attack the spikes of the coronavirus. It destroys all the spikes and even breaks down the mRNA vaccine itself. The only thing left in your body are special B cells or memory cells. These can linger around for months or years until the same virus infects you again. When that happens, the B cells can produce the correct antibodies right away, preventing the virus from spreading and making you sick. What's interesting about this mRNA technique is that it's relatively quick to develop a vaccine as soon as we know the DNA or RNA sequence of a virus. And secondly, because the vaccine only makes our bodies produce a tiny part of a virus, we cannot get sick from it. More traditional vaccines use weakened versions of the actual virus. This also triggers an immune response, but could also give you mild symptoms. Now you know how mRNA vaccines work. But don't take my word for it. All sources used to make this video are listed in the description below. Check it out if you want a more in-depth explanation. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it interesting and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
All right. So for the people who have their views, Mike, we listening.
No comment. I listening.
So, Mike, what you learn? I talk like when I have my students. What you learn from the video there, Mike? what is the take away from it?
I had to watch like about 3 times.
About 3 times?
Yeah. I had to watch about. Send it for me. I had to watch about 3 times.
You see, because people making assumptions based upon things that they know not of. Right? That's what people saying it's interfering with your DNA.
She's on the inside.
It doesn't work like that. Your DNA is packaged into the nucleus of your cell. Right? mRNA doesn't get into the nucleus. It stays in the cytoplasm of the cell so that your body can create the B cells and the T cells. Right? So that is why I ask persons who have the issues on what grounds scientific grounds you're basing your bias, because I like biology. I like the chemistry of it. So I would have already known what mRNA is, the replicating the DNA and an inactive version of the cell or the virus. Whereas before, as I told you all in the last live, before they used to use a weakened version of the actual virus. Tika, your view.
Yes. So I myself had some information and we decided to share the information with everyone so that they will understand. One of the things they would have heard persons saying is, how to develop that vaccine so fast? It is normally take years. So
mRNA don't take years to develop.
Yeah.
All they need is a replication of the virus DNA and they move one time.
Yeah, So it is faster to develop once you're using the mRNA technology. And in addition to that, you'll see that there isn't much side effects. There aren't much side effects when you are using this type of technology to create the vaccine.
They're not using the active virus.
Exactly.
Isolating the virus, they're using the DNA, copying it so that your body can make T and B cells.
Yeah, so as I said, it's just a spike, not the actual virus, just a spike so that we can create our antibodies and it will recognize the virus. If it happens to come along at any time in the future, it could recognize it, creates.
Right, and what is nice is that
is our memory.
That's when your body creates the B cells. So when your body creates that B cell lingers on in the bloodstream in your body for years. And let's say it comes again next 5 years. Imagine you have B cells that remember that virus and it immediately replicates the antiviral, the antibodies to deal with that particular virus. Mike.
Yeah. So Mike was saying he needs to watch
So
it about.
so when you say you have to
Mm-hmm.
wait for some years for you
No,
to
no, no. I'm
get
saying that when you create the B
mhm,
cell stays with you 4 years.
right.
It stays with you for years. And if, let's say, later down in the years you come across corona again, the B cell in your body creates the antibody one time to
Right.
destroy
Yeah.
the virus.
So it kicks in.
Yeah, it
Yes, so
remembers.
it
Come like you have
recognizes.
a bad thing and you remember, see? You get a heartbreak and you see the girl again.
Nah, I doubt. I doubt very
You
much.
get a heartbreak, Mike. If you just remember, imagine you get, remember when you was going to school, boy, and your first love, and you see your next man buying ice cream for you, and your heart hurts you. You understand?
No,
And
no,
you
no,
see
no,
that
no,
girl
no,
again
no,
20 years after, and you remember when he was buying the ice cream.
no, 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 no. Yeah. So we hearing. So most of the comments we hearing and seeing all on Facebook
Right.
about the vaccine doing so much damage, people getting reactions to the vaccine. Somebody take a vaccine yesterday, they died this morning. How could we
Exactly.
address that?
Again, you see, we need to understand that we don't know what's going on with the individual leading up until they passing away. Right? They might have some disease that you didn't even know about, and it just happened that they had the vaccine.
But
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 in reality,
but
we,
shouldn't the people who taking the vaccine, I ain't say we come yet, so shouldn't the people who taking this vaccine notify the authorities, listen, I
yes,
have this
because it's
ailment.
supposed to
But
let people know.
how many people do it?
That is it. I don't understand it. If I have, let me say, type 2 diabetes, I go into my doctor one time, doc, I have my type 2, I have to take insulin. How is this going
No.
to affect me
Type 1
taking
is
it?
insulin. Type 2 is
Well,
not
let us
insulin.
say, I just
Yeah.
say that if I'm
Yeah.
taking my medication and it's
All right.
a statin, let me say, a lot of people on statin drugs right now. A lot of people on statin. How this good? You have to find out. If you know you have complications and you're on certain types of medication, it is within your own safety. If I know I'm on 5 different medication, I'm going to talk to my doctor. And we really have to take this thing a little more into our own hands as well. I mean, consult your physician.
Well,
But
I think
right
that's
now,
I think that's one of the problems we have too.
and
People
I
maybe
think,
want to take the vaccine. Some may not want to take it because the fact that they have underlying issues.
yeah,
But the ones who going to take the vaccine, how many of them will say, Doc, this is what going on with me. But
yeah, they should,
out
they
of
should, they should.
out of fright and the fact that
Yeah,
they
they
believe
should.
that they are being forced to take the vaccine, they may not say anything.
I would say, because if I know, you see, then
Yeah.
again, I would say if I on a medication, first thing I saying is I on
Listen, Ali,
statin.
she gone?
You must be
She'll
going
be
and take
right
a dip.
back.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Chica. I mean,
Yeah.
shouldn't it
I
be
think
parity?
no. I
Shouldn't be
believe that
parity.
persons
All
are
right.
telling
Night
when they
Abby.
go to get their vaccine, they will. I don't think it have anybody really withholding the information as if they have any underlying on any
Because they do
underlying
ask, yeah, they do
diseases.
ask
They
if you
ask
have
it
any
on the form.
high blood
Mhm.
sugar, diabetic. They
Yes.
have to really ask you the information. But
And
I'm
in
saying
addition to that too.
we need to affiliate ourselves with the information.
Yeah.
You see, when we send that clip, I had to play that clip 5 times
Yeah, I had to
because
watch it. I had to watch it over and over.
now
Yeah.
persons are saying how they make this so fast is because all they need is the virus DNA. That's why they can secure it so quickly. As before, they needed to weaken the virus. And the reason why the trials used to be so long is because they was injecting human beings with a weaker version of the real thing. So they had to be doubly sure. But if it is the isolating and the switching off the active from virus from active to inactive, you don't have to worry about the injecting you with a virus like before. So that's why I said before. If I didn't know that is the real thing, I might have take a blast because I might put the real thing in me. You know what I mean? So, take care of yourself.
Yeah, I was going to say that when persons they go to get the vaccine, I think the persons who maybe have any underlying comorbidities, any diabetes, high blood pressure, whatever they may be on medication for low blood pressure and all,
Yeah.
and they go, I don't think they will withhold the information. Cause
Let's hope
I
they
think
don't.
those are the
Let's hope
person.
they don't,
Yes,
eh? Let's hope they don't.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to
That's
believe
our
that that's
people
what
out
they're
here.
doing.
Right.
Yes, true.
So you look at it this way: some people will have those underlying issues, but if anything happened to them, God forbid, you hear family members coming out and saying, "Well, you know, they was sick. They had no." You drinking? Where's ginger? Yeah. Apple J. So yeah,
Nah, nah.
one of my favorites. I like the apple.
Water is packed with
Right.
water.
But you hear any family saying, "But he know you are sick. She know she was sick. Why she take
Yeah.
the vaccine?"
So we want to urge persons, if you know you have issues, medical, please inform your doctor and try and because you don't want, evil be spoken of something good, because we always trying to make a reason for something and blame. We just play the blame game in
Yeah.
Trinidad. We go blame
Mhm.
the minister, we go blame this one, we go blame that one. But if you know you have your health issues, so it has some questions. I know we have another clip there that kind of answers some of the questions that people throwing around there about the virus. Shika, we have that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so we can deal with the question and answer section. Hmm? Don't say I
In
say.
this video, I want to answer your questions about the mRNA vaccines for SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19. Once again, I've listed all of my sources in the description, so please check them out if you have any doubts. Question 1. Is this video sponsored by the pharmaceutical industry? No, it wasn't sponsored by anyone, and in fact, so far, none of the Simply Explained videos have been sponsored. This one is no exception. If you want to help and keep this channel independent, consider becoming a member. Question 2. Why is a vaccine necessary? As this viewer points out, our immune system is quite capable. A vaccine is just a helping hand, strengthening our immune system so that fewer people need to be hospitalized and fewer people die. According to Johns Hopkins University, COVID-19 has an observed case fatality rate between 0.5 and 10%. Let's take 2% as the average and assume that everyone on Earth got infected. In this case, we would be looking at 154 million fatalities. We can largely prevent these huge losses by developing vaccines, so it makes a lot of sense to immunize as many people as we can. Question 3. Will the vaccine prevent the virus from spreading? That's not clear at the moment. After vaccination, your body will start making a specific type of antibody that will circulate in your bloodstream. However, the coronavirus enters our body mostly through our nose, and here we have different types of antibodies. It's currently not known how effective the vaccine's antibodies will be in this region. This means you won't get sick, but you could still have virus particles in your nose, ready to spread to others. That's also why vaccinated people can still test positive for the virus while not getting sick. But there is hope. One study exposed vaccinated primates to the virus and observed that they were able to clear the infection from their airways in a shorter time than others. This indicates that the vaccine reduced how long they were infectious. Time will tell if the same holds up for humans. Question number 4. How is the efficacy of a vaccine determined? The efficacy expresses the reduction of infections between vaccinated people and unvaccinated people. Let's take a real phase 3 study as an example. In this case, there were 36,523 participants, half of which got the vaccine, the other half got a placebo. Participants were closely monitored for 120 days while keeping track of COVID-19 infections. In the group that received the vaccine, 8 people eventually got COVID-19, while in the placebo group there was a total of 162 cases. The efficacy is then calculated by taking the difference between these groups and dividing them by the number of cases in the unvaccinated group. This gives us a 95% efficacy. This approach has been used many times before and is not new. Question 5. mRNA vaccines have never been approved before. They are unsafe and rushed. This is indeed the first time that mRNA vaccines are approved, but that's not because they were rushed or because corners were cut. First up, mRNA technology isn't new. It's been researched and worked on for more than 2 decades. It's only now that the technology has matured enough for widespread use. Secondly, we already studied other coronaviruses, such as SARS, in great detail. These have similar spikes, so we could build upon this knowledge. Thirdly, there was a lot of money available for research and production. The US alone invested over $10 billion into developing vaccines. This meant that companies could conduct clinical trials in parallel while also ramping up manufacturing. Here's how vaccines are traditionally developed. Notice how it's very sequential, one step at a time. And this is how the COVID-19 vaccines were developed. You can see that many steps were conducted in parallel, massively speeding up the process. Not skipping steps, but doing them at the same time. And finally, regulatory agencies such as the FDA and EMA gave priority to all studies related to COVID-19. Companies were allowed to periodically submit parts of their research for approval. This shortens the review time. So in summary, the vaccines were not rushed. They have been massively accelerated. Question 6. Why can't we use traditional vaccine technologies instead of mRNA? Well, we can and we do. There are many types of vaccines and mRNA is just one of them. An older, more commonly used technique is to use weakened viruses to boost your immune system. I won't go too much into details since this video is focused primarily on mRNA, but here is a handy overview of the types of vaccines and which company is working on them for COVID-19. Question 7. Can mRNA in the vaccine alter my DNA? No, our DNA is contained in the nucleus of our cells. While mRNA does enter our cells, it cannot enter the cell nucleus. mRNA is naturally made by our body. When a cell needs a particular protein, the nucleus will make a string of mRNA containing instructions and give that to the rest of the cell for execution. So all we're doing with mRNA vaccines is temporarily giving our cells other instructions. Side fact, viruses that do become a part of us are called retroviruses. The most commonly known one is HIV. Question 8. What are adjuvants and are those dangerous? No, they are not dangerous. Adjuvants are used in almost all vaccines for the last 70 years. They signal your immune system to come check out what is happening near the place where you got injected with the vaccine. That way, the immune system will more quickly notice the odd spikes in your body, resulting in a more robust immune response with more antibodies. Question 9. Why do some people get sick from the vaccine? It's not uncommon for vaccines to have some side effects, and the ones for the coronavirus are no different. In this phase 3 study, side effects were common but mild. It included pain at the injection site, fever, tiredness, chills, and headaches. It also found that participants had more side effects from the second dose than the first dose, and that people older than 55 reported fewer side effects than younger participants. In summary, the mRNA vaccines are generally well tolerated. In most cases, having some mild side effects is better than actually having to fight off COVID-19. Question number 10. The coronavirus is mutating. Will the vaccine protect me from those mutations? We're talking about the UK and South African mutations, which allow the virus to spread more rapidly. Early studies indicate that the mRNA vaccines might be just as effective against the UK mutation. In this study, researchers took antibodies from people that had received the 2 doses of their vaccine and exposed them to the mutation. They found no reduction in neutralization activity. In other words, the mutated virus did not develop a resistance against the antibodies produced by the vaccine. The South African mutation is a different story. That same study found a significant reduction in neutralization activity, but they noted that the vaccine would still be effective. Some companies are already working on tweaked versions of their vaccines to offer full protection. However, we do have to be cautious with this data. It's an early study, so nothing conclusive just yet. So that was it for this video. All of the answers are published on my website, along with the sources and references that I've used. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, consider subscribing, and stay healthy.
And yes, but we got to school, just as we got back to school, we got back to biology class. Only remember, all who did biochem, only remember the nucleus, and we forget that, and then we just talk about that rubbish when I hear people talking about altered DNA and things, clearly they didn't do general science. Clearly, that can't get into that is the center, the nucleus. You know what I mean? This is how we feeling now. You know, neighbor. You got it
Remember,
there,
it's
people.
night. It's night
You got
over
it
there.
there.
It's
But
not
then this is
yet.
like
It's
a real
not
bacchanal.
9,
These much
25
now.
to 10.
You see, Friday and Saturday, I have a bone to pick with this.
What board is that? Don't worry, it's Friday. I'll wait for that bone to pick with me.
Jisan, good night to you.
Good night. Good night,
She
Mike.
said I was about
How are you going?
And a
All right.
handful.
I'm good, thank you.
You're welcome.
How
So,
was it?
Right.
Abby,
So we
Abby
have,
said a healthy
Yes.
20-year-old died from the jib jab.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
That is what
Well,
Abby
I know
said.
how the man.
It's not we
I
say that.
know. I know how the man that certificate. I wasn't the man. What kind of job are we talking about? I
That's what Abby
talking
said.
about different job, you know. Right?
yeah,
So people we place in front of you a little information. So it's good to have a balance of the some information and some other information and put it together and see what you guys could determine out of it. Don't only look at one side of the coin. Let us look at two sides of the coin. We cannot be biased and only focus on the negative. We have to focus on the positive and then
positive.
draw a conclusion from
Yeah, I
that.
agree.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe we
yeah,
could do that. Yes, Mike, what you thinking?
yeah.
Am I here?
Really thinking nothing. I reading. I trying to get some little follow-ups on what they're talking about it. Because at the end of the day, some of those facts one of the things that interests me just now, is when you talk about the elder people, over 50
Yeah.
something, less
So, yeah.
effects, after effects and stuff. That is very strange.
Yeah.
That is very strange.
Interested.
Yeah.
Interested. So, me
Yeah.
and our
Yeah.
friends today, one of them health nuts. I have a lot of health nut friends now. So, they go in and say, Rasta, we healthy boy. Ting. We have to go through that. Mike, we have some health nut friends, eh? So, hear what I am saying to my health nut friend. I say, hey, you what hurting me? You give me the immune system a little boost, right? We say no to that. But you want to be healthy. That is the main objective. You have to be healthy. Right? But it are some people that know they're healthy. They're too shaky. They're shaky. Right? All they're shaky already.
But it's strange. But Chica, the strange thing is, why is it affecting the more effects of the younger generation? Because look, Abby now say a 20-year-old died from a jib jab.
Yeah, because they're unhealthy, Mike.
Yeah, but
Mike, they're unhealthy.
No, okay.
No,
You're
it's
unhealthy,
not a-
right? Okay, I could be the healthiest person right now and go and take that job, and I pick. No,
So
seriously.
yesterday, here what we were saying, those people who are overly clean, like they don't
Yes.
like germs, please, it's okay to have a little germs in your life. Right?
What?
So when your body not yes, it's okay to have a little germs in your life.
Yes,
So
okay.
sometimes when it not when
It's
it not
okay to have
when
a
your
little
body
in your life.
when it's not accustomed fighting off any type of viruses,
True.
no, it's a real gym freak, Abby, and it's not healthy. We know real people who just be in the gym all week
Listen.
Yes.
and they are not healthy. Sometimes people think they are, but they are not.
so what are you going to the gym for?
Okay.
What are you going to the gym for?
Watch that, Mike. It's that people we know and I know, since you know them, they're sick. If anything they gain, any cold will going wrong, them
So-
getting it.
So the bottom line is, you have to keep yourself healthy.
Yeah, science. Let's check on yourself now, man. Let's check on yourself. It's
Okay.
like long
This
time
is
where you
a
could have
perfect
made a
example
mistake,
for me.
So what's a nice
My
takeaway
mom,
from
she
this
had
information
cancer.
is how
Yes.
long mRNA has been around. I very much enthused about mRNA and its application. Because we deal with people with disability. I know CRISPR is a very nice technology. And I always sometimes when we dealing with persons with disabilities, we ask yourself, boy, why do you come with that technology to assist them further, boy? And it's a genetic issue that they have, along with some of them is a brain issue. And I really want to see the day where this CRISPR and this reprogramming DNA reach a stage where we can assist persons with disabilities.
Do you think that will happen?
I seeing something bigger than just the corona and this technology with mRNA and CRISPR. I seeing, a lot of kids being born with cancer. You know what I mean? I seeing this thing. If they really expand on what they're doing, because if we look at how they reprogram, how they're just copying the DNA and then stimulating your immune system to do something. You know what I mean? Just that application alone, it's so big. I would like to see this technology come to fruition a little bit more than just fighting viruses.
But
fighting
Sholan, you don't think it's there already? It's just that they probably haven't been exposed.
So.
Yeah.
I believe so. But I mean, like practical use, because it does what some of these kids did say in Judah and thing. I always tell Tika that I just say, boy, I want technology to reach that place, especially with that DNA and copying the right thing. And CRISPR has that ability, especially children who being born with cancer and that kind of thing, to really affect humanity. Boy. I know it's gonna be expensive. I know it's gonna be fun, but what I mean, boy, the kind of avenues I see open up with this mRNA just for COVID, because of the amount of money that went into the 50 billion US, the amount of money that went into developing the technology, I seen it being used for more than just virus. Tika.
Yes, so Jazan was just going to give us a scenario.
My mom, she had cancer 5 years ago, She was on chemo and radiation, right? Her immune system is breakdown really bad, obviously. She's not. So what if she takes this vaccine now? What's going to happen?
Right. So in her case, she will need to consult with her doctor. And because her immune system would have been weakened and is weakened at the moment, they may advise her not to take the vaccine because she would not be able to handle it then.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
So in her case, they would not advise her to take it. So yesterday on the live, we were talking about persons who they're going to exempt from taking the vaccine. Persons who they will allow not to take it. And it will be persons who we know that their immune system is not strong enough. So those with cancer, those who have autoimmune diseases, they will be in the bracket where they don't have to take it. Right, Abby is saying they will tell her to take it, but based on persons that I know down here personally, they are advising them not to take it. Like people in Trinidad and Tobago who does have cancer, they are
cancers that have the immune system compromised. That would be, they already said that they would have exemption. We're talking about health. People who healthy now.
Healthy enough to take it. Yeah.
I healthy enough.
I feel like taking no jab, I feel like taking no. What going on with this?
Jazan says she doesn't want to take it.
I want to take it. Exactly.
I would take it when I see it's necessary. I'm not saying I'm not taking it.
I think I will take it if I have to.
I will take it if it's necessary. I'm not saying no. Nah, well, the thing is, I don't lie. But what I'm saying is,
Jazan is the lie, man.
Jazan, when I come back up, I hope you can make a lime.
It's a lime, Mike. I hope it's a lime like me.
I go leave Manchester to come quite Birmingham.
Yes.
To lime.
Yeah, but I get your passport, your vaccination passport.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, because in the US, they were saying, I think this morning I saw something where they was talking about the vaccine passport to go in the restaurants, to go in the nightclubs, sports facilities.
Yes.
But you still will have a battle because people will say they don't want to go in restaurants and eat, they could stay home and cook. They can watch sports on
You
TV.
know why you think, yeah? Mike, you
My
see
People
house.
don't
what's
like
going
to
on
cook.
with them limers. Look, just Tizan sit down there. Tizan, right now, Tizan is an ovary girl. I tell you all here. Tizan want to touch the road, right?
Hey, I just ordered KFC, so it's on its way.
Tizan want to touch the road. She and Abby, them like to get out there. It's not you who will sit down in your backyard and suck mango, you know, Mike. Them girl and them need to put on their heels and the corset up and get out in the hot club, eh? Right. Know who you're talking to.
Yes,
Yeah? Them girls
yes.
like to get out. So
We
I
don't
just
know.
telling
We
the
don't
point that
see
thing. That's what
Jazan just
them
the
Yeah.
other
yeah,
day, you know. Remember
But you know,
Jazan
coming
went
boy
and got
and boy
her
that
nails
TV.
and hair done.
but you know, we laughing and we joking. The funny thing
Yeah.
is, the UK is a drinking nation. The people who normally go in these pubs all hours of the
Check in
day,
the comment
night,
section.
they will be the ones who, yes, and British don't cook. You're correct, Abby. I mean, I used to cook. But
And they say she can't and can't cook.
A
no,
So
no,
lot
everybody
no,
of
believe
no, a
that.
lot
British
of British don't and
don't
can't cook,
and
which
can't
is
cook.
true. Which is true.
It's
Listen to me,
true.
Mike.
That's
You know what's
true.
very interesting to these ladies right now? We're not bashing ladies. You know them ladies and them like to go to the little restaurant and the little resort and thing, boy. And you know, boy, and you know when you stay in the house too long, oh God, we don't go nowhere. We don't
You
go
ain't
nowhere.
kind,
Oh God,
you
we
ain't
don't
kind
go
me no
nowhere.
way. I go live with the girls.
Nah,
I
Mike,
go with the girls alive.
let me finish this
Yeah,
talk
with
now,
the girls.
boy. Let me
With
finish
the
this
girls
talk.
alive. With the girls
Huh?
alive.
We
With
are
the girls
going on a
alive.
resort now. We are going to take a little. You can give me that.
But you can
You
see
could stay home for 5 years.
there's you
Imagine
can see
this is
there's
not
a
5 year, man. Them going and
but
stay home for 5 years and watch everybody pumping. Hey, this is going and selfie. This is going to go mad.
but if you notice, there's a lot of calm around the
Yeah,
world, some
yeah,
countries. If you look good, you see there's a lot of calm taking place because a lot of people and a lot of these governments have
yeah,
implemented a lot of the laws, the regulations, very stern. Because the Wales, I think, Jizan, I think, or Abby, I think they're going to be opening up now. No more restrictions, no mask wearing. So, because they have put things
Die
in
for now.
place.
When winter
Yeah,
yeah,
comes, die for now. Die for
yeah.
now.
Because they
When
put
winter
things in
comes.
place. But I tell you,
Listen, I
you see,
know when you're
after
ready, you're just going to
all,
tell me pray for you because you're going to put on your corset up and your tall boots because you have to get out there. I understand your hesitant right now. But I know when it gets serious with you, you a plain man. Right? You could say, you know, me child, and they're taking a flight. We go understand that. I could take that.
No, I need
I
to
could take
get,
that.
get on a plane. That's why I need to come Trinidad.
Comment section.
So Abby is saying she told Jazan today that I can buy a bottle of wine, blast some soca and wine in my kitchen.
Life for 2 months. Life for 2 months. Life for 2 months, and then Abby. And then
Abby,
It's
she just
not
went
the
and say,
same.
girl, let us
Abby,
stop this thing.
what size bottle is that? What size bottle is that, Abby?
Good afternoon,
Darude.
Mrs. Lewis.
That time.
Buy a bottle and
Good
wine.
afternoon.
But
So,
I think
CEO, is the
people
CEO
will
taking
resort.
your vaccination?
But
My chat CEO. I want to hear what the CEO view on vaccination.
oh
What
boy,
is the CEO view?
hello yeah.
Now I want to know. I didn't really get a
Yes,
view
so you will let us,
no
yes,
Irish.
you will let us know.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of people
It's not how long you have to do
will
that for you.
a
How
lot of
long you
people
have to
will
do
revert
that wine for?
to staying in their house,
How
huh?
long you have to do that for?
Huh?
How long Jazam can stay in the kitchen and wine for?
I don't
I
know.
want to start taking up a poll
Well,
right now.
Abby, you have to
Oh,
ask
oh,
Abby that.
oh, she drunk. She drunk for sure. She drunk for sure. Ah
You can't
boy,
take
Abby
that
know
thing,
she
you know.
alcohol boy.
You
Lord,
can't take
you
that
go
thing.
kill Jizan? Lord Father.
Jazam going
Oh,
and say,
Abby
I'll be
said,
girl, I was there for 2 months and after that, I call in my health center. I leave in your home, girl. I can't take it. And I think, Chica, Mike, I think that is what will be the breaking point for some people, eh? Freedom. That will be the breaking point, Chica, for some people. When they realize
Yeah.
they can't go away. You understand? So Chica, Friday is beefy Friday. You know how to run the thing.
Yes.
You know how it goes. All you see the tacos today. They got Sonali boy, the chef in the house.
Ole, what? Long I live in my long.
It's a Beefy Friday. Grab a hearty and healthy beef burger and fries that is freshly prepared just for you by Burn Team Meals. Just WhatsApp 346-8730 to place your order. And we're gonna have a very beefy Friday.
And here she is, the chef in the house. So Sonali, Shilon just call her name girl.
I know
Right?
I was there.
Yes, so Sonali is the one who does the meals, right? So Sonali, tell us how it is preparing, burnt meals.
Well, it's a joy for me. Cooking is something that comes natural for me, so it's like a joy. I always get to, I'm allowed to invent stuff, so that
What
is the
is your
good thing
favorite?
about it.
What is your favorite dish?
I have so many, but I love Italian
Mike,
dishes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say
You
Mike.
don't love Starterlight or Pyrex?
Mike, 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 how am I supposed to answer that?
I just asked, is a dish?
How am I supposed to answer that, Mike?
I don't know. You tell me.
No, Mike.
So, all right. So, give us your. Go one day I had to come and taste the hamburger. Give us your specialty and what people look forward getting from you when you cooking.
A specialty.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't have a specialty. I'm a person who is innovative. I always like to try new stuff. I don't like creating the same thing constantly. I always find a way to reinvent it each and every time. It's never the same for me.
Nice.
But one thing that people actually look for is true taste. Is
Nice.
the
Nice.
taste, because you could get any nice, good-looking dish anywhere,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it tastes like shit.
Right.
Excuse
So,
the language.
Exactly so.
so is it that
so.
you on a campaign to teach Lion and Chimika to cook?
No, she's not.
I'm not in a campaign, and I know for sure Lion could cook. I know Lion could cook, so he doesn't have to worry so
No,
much.
you
I am
see
not on
again,
a campaign.
as I said
Mike,
before,
I find it.
it's beefy Friday, people.
Yes,
So
yes,
feel free to
Abby.
get involved. And I know when you see the tacos, that's our new addition, the taco bowls. But now, you know when you're feeling to eat something and you can eat the bowl too? So the bowl is actually edible.
What is Abise?
So,
Abise, did she make
Yes.
that Tingy Lion hat today? Oh God.
Thingy,
Tingy.
Mike. She's
thingy,
talking
What
yes,
tingy?
about
yes,
the
Abby.
What
taco.
tingy?
She's
What
talking
thing is
about
that?
the taco.
Yes,
Mike, you're not
the taco bowl, the
listening.
taco bowl. It's on my page right now. It's on my page right now.
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I
Yeah,
didn't
Yes,
see
yeah.
it.
Check
So
it
the bowl,
out.
you can
But
actually eat the bowl.
but
You can
Sonali,
eat the bowl.
yes,
Sonali, do
yes.
you know facts that men are the better cooks?
That's our next slide.
Actually,
That's the
it
next
depends.
live, eh?
It depends on which
That's our next
culture.
slide.
Actually,
That's the
I
next
would
slide.
say it
We
depends
gotta do
on
that.
which culture.
Mr.
That's our
Shalon.
next slide.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's our next slide.
yeah, we gotta do
Yeah,
that.
we will talk about that on
Really
Saturday, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
we
We need that for
discussing
Saturday.
the
We have a
mRNA
bacchanal
technology.
Saturday. All the women go want to bang we. I could cook, you know.
Scenario,
Only come good
right?
because I could cook. Shalon and I could cook, so only come good.
Mike,
All right.
Mike,
Hmm?
Mike. Yeah, really hearing us, man. So,
We
Lion was
discussing
saying,
the
me talking
mRNA
about the
technology, and we're trying to get people a little more aware of how this technology was made and the implications of it in the future, for mankind and health and fighting diseases. And back in the day, Mike, when it had a plague, people just used to pray till the plague done. You know, I realize. You know, I realize with us as a people,
Right, true.
we studied a lot about what when you know we just say things like the old days was the better. That is not true, no. When a plague come, them just used to hope the plague will wipe out them.
Yeah.
And whoever dead, and then the country life, It didn't have nobody coming and no scientists researching nothing. And you know what? Sometimes, as harsh as it may seem, sometimes it's good to leave, let people who don't hear us feel as Gandhi. Right here, what to do? Let everybody run wild, go take nothing. And see. And you know what the people would say? The government was irresponsible. Or the
But
government
Sholan,
of the world was irresponsible.
but Sholan,
But when the plague and them come in them days, used to say it was after God.
yeah, but
People don't
Sholan,
understand
do you
that they
think?
used to call a plague just like rain.
Yeah, but do you think people have learned from the history of
No, we learn
plagues?
nothing. Mike,
Some,
why we taking
some.
polio and tetanus and why we taking it? Why nobody don't take? Everybody should take nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I
Right?
take all of that. I take all of that.
Mike, how much lives were saved because of antibiotics, Mike?
Thank God
You
for
know how much people
penicillin.
living because of antibiotics?
Amen
You
for
know how much people
penicillin.
walking
All those who
around
just
now,
run
Mike?
wild.
You know how much
Okay.
people walking around now
So,
because of
so Sholan,
penicillin?
let's
Just
eliminate
because they
some
could
of the
took
fears.
penicillin, they still living.
Chika, Sholan, and Sonali, and all those. Let's eliminate some of the fears. We know in our younger days, our children days, we take all them vaccine, polio and all them things, measles shot.
You take everything under the
Right.
sun.
So what is this fear of this vaccine that people fear so
Some
much?
people on Facebook and WhatsApp.
What is
You
the
see,
fear?
the fear
Some
is that
people on
today,
Facebook and WhatsApp circulating a set of madness. You see this
exactly, but
internet?
not only that, Sharon, is the fear that people just see in the facts that people dropping dead.
Wait,
They've
wait,
given them the
wait,
fear that
wait,
a
wait,
lot of
wait,
people
wait,
dropping dead. That is the reason
wait.
why.
You know why I don't understand, Mike? When all you're going by certain places and dealing with all your prostitutes, all it doesn't study, all it can jump around there after they go with your man.
What prostitutes, sir? I'm a female. I
I
don't
know
deal
I'm
with
saying people,
prostitutes.
we are talking about you, are talking about people. When them fellas
Generally
and them come
speaking.
off the boat,
Yeah, generally speaking.
when them fellas them
But
come off the boat and they go down in the back soon, you know what I'm talking about, Mike? I realize people here using a bridge.
Yeah.
Or they go through, right? And they ham lamb and jam up. You know, this study you could follow on there after. When the girl walking down high street and you see she in the leggings and you suit in, oh God, girl, you looking good. You know you can follow on there after. You know what I mean? All them crazy girl and woman and man. Look, think about it. We only playing. We serious about one thing, How much girl when you're whining carnival and you say, oh God, boy, if I could only find a little get out, I get through. The same girl who you now meet and when you talk for a little while, a few months pass and you get through. And you can fall on there because you don't know what she is.
Yeah. But you know, it's the same thing
No, but
when
we
AIDS was
playing
when
cautious,
AIDS
man. We playing
when
cautious,
AIDS
but
was
these
here.
people playing cautious. They cautious with everything else. And they're
No,
going
but
on my tape.
when we had
And
AIDS,
they're drinking all kind of madness.
when AIDS was
Think
rampant,
about it. How
when AIDS was
cautious we can
rampant,
be.
did AIDS
Yeah.
stop anybody?
It
No.
didn't stop nobody.
Yeah.
And
No.
I'm a point right there. It didn't stop man from tackling no man.
A
It
woman
didn't
tackling
stop
man.
man
Yeah.
or from man from tackling man. You understand what I'm saying? Look how lewd we just behave. Everybody showing off what they have. Everybody selling. Right? We frightened about this. But that girl or the man you was with, you ain't frightened, they do.
well, you
And
see,
I the
Sharon,
real
that's it.
injection. Am I? And I the injection, they should train.
Well, you see, Sharon, the thing about it is, for that, nobody ain't thinking about the future, they only thinking about now and the sweet moment and all that. They ain't thinking
Yeah,
about
but
what will
point is,
happen later on.
the same way, if it is
Hmm.
gratification at that one time, you don't mind risking your life for. What about saving it?
They don't think about that.
Yeah, but I'm a point. So all these people who haven't, these views, as I say, we present some information, look for some good, look for some bad, mix it up, and come up with an objective. Talk to a doctor, talk to somebody, talk to your physician. But my point is, we just be careless with the life on a regular day-to-day basis. All of a sudden, we care about we life. We driving up the highway. You see how the highway is look? Fellas driving 120, 140, right? You know anything happen at 140 you're dead. It don't matter what car you're driving, right? But we acting like we care about we life now with a vaccine. But when we jump in the car and we mash out,
Speed up. They
we on
mash
the
out like
highway
they was fast and
140,
furious.
and we are thinking, oh, good boy, this 140, let me drive a little lesser because the road wet. We careless with we life every day. You know why? Because you're frightened. Or let's stop looking for ways out. And in the reality of this thing, the governments and the world will do what they have to do to make sure that they take care of the population. Right? We could say that they do. Yes, and let me tell you why. Not because they care, because we have to pay tax.
Always back to the economics.
Mike,
Always back
Mike,
to the economics.
let me tell you something. They have to take care of we boy. We pay the tax.
Yeah, they are not a choice.
Mike,
They have to take care of
that
it.
is how they're borrowing all the money because the reason that this is why I go tell people this is my reason. They will kill you because remember you and your generation have to pay tax because all them trillions they borrow are paid back to the central bank. So what people don't understand, I'm not going on the government loss, yeah. I'm not saying that the government care about you. I saying the government needs to keep you alive to go to work to pay taxes. And
Yep.
anybody who disagrees with them,
No,
they
but
don't
that's
know what they
facts.
say.
No, but that's facts. You're
So
talking
what I'm
facts.
trying to tell people is that they wouldn't want to get rid of the cow. Would you want to get rid of your cash cow?
No,
No.
why?
Of
How I
You
go
course
get
want to
milk?
not.
milk your cow.
How I
You
go
want
get
to
milk?
milk your cow.
How I go?
So if
How I
you
go?
go on that,
How I go
yeah.
pull? How I go milk?
So
Are the milk?
if you go
Eh.
if you go under the guise that the government of the world need the population,
Yep.
they need the big population because they need that population working and being productive. So
Yeah.
when you work, you could pay taxes and the world
So
could keep spinning and it can pay down the debt to the central
so
bank. So in
so
the
what
end,
would you say about the
the
fact
way
that
your
they're
life,
branding about the population?
the way your life, Mike the Peter, Tika, Sonali, it boils down to that.
No, I
Comment
agree with you.
section.
Have you
It always
seen?
comes back to the economics.
Yeah, all
Have
come
you
back to
seen? If
economics. Yeah.
they tell people about how dangerous driving is and amp up fear, nobody drive. I don't think that is true because
That's not true.
they have real
That ain't
ads
true.
about
Man,
if it
no.
is a drive
I
fast, what will happen to you?
you
So
telling
they
me,
ain't fear
you
that.
know why I
Nah.
don't understand, Mike?
Mm-mm.
We have a 5 minute fear factor on the road. Let me tell you when. You're going from San Fernando to Port State. And you see a car full up like foil on the highway. For the next 5 minutes, everybody drive good.
Mm-hmm.
And time
That's
they reach
true.
the flyover, whoosh! You
Yeah,
telling
that's
me
true.
fear what?
That's true.
You bullet drive good.
We just slow down,
Drive to
we hear what
Mako.
happens. Let me tell you this.
Exactly.
5 minutes. No. I ain't talking about the macro traffic. I am not speaking
Oh, you're
about the
talking about
macro traffic.
I know what
What
Five
traffic you're
I'm
minutes
talking
saying
about.
is that
after.
we have a five
5 minutes
minute after
after.
period, right? Because here, what we just be thinking, God, boy, that man was speeding because the car. Listen, it's a mental thing. After that, I could drive.
Mm-hmm.
You ever hear anybody say they can't drive? Everybody could drive,
Yeah.
You ever hear anybody talking when they're behind the wheel like, I myself? Yeah, but it's not you driving alone on the road. It's a one set of mad people
Exactly.
driving with you. And if you know that the faster the vehicle goes, the more pliable the material is. That's why it is full up.
Mm-hmm.
The velocity, right?
Yep.
But
Yep.
we don't
Yep.
care about that.
Yep. Yep.
We don't care about that. So my
No.
point is, do not act like if you did care about your life so much that now you care. And my point again is that the governments do not want you all to die. They want you all to keep living, keep working, and paying tax. Uh, Just that they won't pay tax. But if you're living in Notting
Just
Hill,
sound like a
you're
gay
going to have a
KFC
different
girl.
tax to when you're
I,
living
I
in
just finished,
Birmingham.
I just finished my KFC.
Wait now.
Oh,
But what the
She
jail is
went,
this?
you didn't hear when she
yeah.
said she ordered KFC. Oh, so the
Ole,
KFC rich.
Ole just that eating KFC. You see my point right here, Ole? You see my
And drinking a Coca-Cola, that's what we're saying there?
You dig?
Orange drink. Orange.
Tango.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right.
Jizan, Sonali, Chica, Mike, all you. Let me be real with myself. We just see people being careless and reckless with their life every day on the highway.
Yeah.
Every day on the highway, reckless and careless. I could drive. Good. Right? So again, put information before you have common sense. And we gave you also the information to look over. Yes, Chica. Yes, Mike. Yes, Sonali.
Yeah.
Jizan, you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
You know, but you don't eat them things. You see, we cooking good
We don't
food
eat that.
made from scratch. You see, Rasta eating food made from scratch. You come here with a KFC. Oh, there you go.
Jason, how is he, how is he, baby? How is the baby, Jason?
He's good. He's here.
How old is he now? 5 years? Oh, he's still small.
That baby smelling that there. That baby smelling that box there. Oh God, he tell going up smelling.
And he must be saying, I must say, Mommy, you're wicked. Don't worry. One day I go get big. I go get big one day.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Right, so.
But wait.
Chica, we have
Before
our
we
next
go.
clip?
Before we
You have
go.
our next clip?
No, that was
Right.
it. That was it. So it
Wait,
have
before
enough.
we
The
go.
information is very condensed.
Right,
It is.
before
I
we wrap
mean,
up
you
here now,
can
before we
look
wrap
over.
up, this KFC girl to the side of me here.
Yeah, before we go, I want to ask Sonali, if you had a
Yes,
choice between Jizan KFC and your home cooking.
Is that no brainer?
Mike, you really asking that?
No.
Yeah.
Is that no brainer?
No, we're trying to send a message to Jizan, so she can cook home.
We can't send no birthday meals in
It's
England.
too late.
That go
It's too
freeze that.
late. It's 10 o'clock in England. It's 10 o'clock. Too
We
late.
gotta do what you call it. We gotta do frozen dinners from burnt team so we can ship it. That's a good idea. So,
Frozen meals.
yeah. Gotta do some frozen stuff.
Jizan, they deliver that? They deliver that?
Yeah,
10 o'clock in the
deliver
evening,
it.
KFC working delivery. Oh, cool, nah, boy. In COVID, honestly, think about this. We calling about mRNA technology, but KFC delivering KFC 10 o'clock in the night in England. In COVID night. Something wrong to me. Something wrong to me.
You hear what Abby said? Read what Abby just said.
Yeah.
Abby
said she did. Abby said
can cook.
she said that
She can't cook, you know. She choose not to
I
cook.
eat more fast food. That what Abby say? I eat more fast food.
Yeah.
Okay. Abby said that. Okay.
All of this was Bird TV.
Yeah, man.
Right? Radio IVTT. Jizam, we are England, yo. Sonali to the top, Mike to the top, Chica to the top. And we are calorie counting mafia to the top. And if we look to count them calories, you go ahead. You feel your genes go protect you until you're 69. You go ahead. You feel your genes go keep destroying them genes. You go ahead.
Is
And
the
tell Chica
coil?
you some
Is
color
the
listen.
coil?
Go ahead.
Is the
You make
oil
kind of
in the
very plan. You have a legend finisher. So all you continue disrespecting your genetics. And your genetics go cost you one day. And it's going to be wrong down to the bottom here. And everything else slim.
Yes, so
Just so?
Who is that? Paul,
No, Friday.
Mike.
Friday is lion.
So
Bye.
I mean, Mike, take it down.
So on your Friday we have
We want
live
people-
our lockdown.
Yes.
Saturday is what you're cooking, bacchanal section. Chica is the effects of COVID-19 on the family, the blueprint with video.
Saturday.
Look at me, watch. 10 o'clock in the night when they're talking about small food. I don't know. That's it. Here we go on. Mike, play some music. We go on. On end of the show. Go on. Lord.
Hey, it's your girl Chica Tree, and Bunting TV is where we bring the vibes.
Bunty TV is about merging online lives with basic unconventional raw nutrition services, giving you that TV effect while streaming live.